Good afternoon, Shiloh. We will continue our lesson about major organs in the body. Now we will talk about the stomach, our stomach. So, our stomach is an elastic, large, muscular, pear-shaped bag with a multi-chambered organ located crosswise in the abdominal cavity beneath the diaphragm. So, the main function of our stomach is for digestion of food, to digest food easily. So, it produces gastric juices that break down or makes and churn for being taken to become thin liquids. So, sila ang ga-digest sa atong food so that it may become a thin liquid only. So the food materials start their way through your body after they have been swallowed. So they move along the pharynx and esophagus. The valve regulates the entry of food materials into the stomach. When the valve relaxes, it opens and lets the food materials in. So then the valve contracts and closes the opening. So this makes sure that the food materials stay in the stomach. Kay naay kitawag og peristalsis. Unsa ang peristalsis? So it's the movement when muscles relax and contract in the digestive tract. So it occurs in the esophagus, the one that the passage of our food is in the esophagus, the stomach and the intestine. So the stomach secretes hydrochloric enzymes, acid and enzymes called pepsin. So, gitawag siya hydrochloric acid and enzymes. So, proteins in the food materials are initially digested by this secretion. So, those proteins is ma-excrete na ni ma-secrete na ni pepsin. Bacteria present in the food materials are also killed in the stomach through pepsin. So, the churning action caused by the stomach muscle breaks of the food materials is the chyme. So this chyme is the semi-solid partially digestive mixture. So 2 to 3 hours before it passes through an open leading to the small intestine, ma-digest na ang food sa imong stomach. It takes 2 to 3 hours. So let's go to our intestines. So our intestine is the muscular tube that extends from the lower end of your stomach to your anus. So which is the lower opening of the digestive tract. So this is also called bowel or bowels. Food and the products of digestion pass through the intestine, which is divided into two sections. So your food products pass through the intestine. Then the intestine is divided into sections, a small intestine and large intestine. So this is your intestine now. So let's go to small intestine. So your small intestine is an organ made up of 3 segments. So what are those 3 segments of your small intestine? It's the duodenum, jejunum, at ileum. So when you say duodenum, it receives semi-digested food from your stomach going to the pylorus. So it helps to digest food. It uses bile from your gallbladder, liver, and pancreas. So yung duodenum mo, it helps you to digest food. Yung jejunum naman, it brings food rapidly with wave-like muscle contractions going to the ileum. So it is the small sections of your small intestine. So which help you to brings food to the ileum. Yung ileum is the longest part of your small intestine. So, yung ileum is the most of the food nutrients are absorbed before emptying into the large intestine. So, na-absorb na niya ang food nutrients ni ileum. So, let's go to our large intestine. So, yung large intestine is much broader siya than small intestine. So, it measures 1.5 meters or 5 feet. Yung measurement ng intestine mo is 1.5 meters or 5 feet. So, yung large intestine mo is the main function is to absorb water and salts from the material that has not been digested as food. So, ga-absorb sa water and salt from the material that has not been digested at kung wala na digest na food. It also helps you to get rid of any waste products left. So, any waste products nga nabilin sa imong stomach, it's ma-get rid niya. So, let's go to the parts of the large intestine. So, naigitawag sa cecum, colon, o rectum. Cecum is 2 inches long that looks like a pouch. So, it looks like a pouch daw. So, the function of cecum is to digest liquid is taken from the ileum and pass it going to the colon. So, siyang digest sa liquid nga naa sa ileum and passes going to the colon. So, yung colon is mayroong ascending colon, transverse colon, at descending colon. So, this is the major section of your large intestine. So, it absorbs salts when needed and is the location where water absorption happens. So, naigitawag og reabsorption diri sa colon. Siya ang ga-absorb sa salt. Rectum, it measures 1 to 1.6 inches or 2.5 to 4 cm, which is the final. So, yung rectum is the waste collector or leftover, where your waste comes out. So, diri, siya ang ga-collect sa wastes or mga leftovers sa imong body. So, let's go to our kidneys. So, this is the cleaning up, our kidneys. So, it's two bean-shaped organs located at the back of the abdominal cavity in each side of the spinal column that filter the blood in the human body. So the major function is to sustain body chemical balance by getting out waste products and excess fluid in the form of urine. So sila ang ga getting out waste products so that those waste product na nasa atong body is mawala. So, in the form of our urine. So, the path of urine is in the ureter. So, yung ureter, dito magi imong urine. This is a long tube where urine passes. Right? So, it then collected by the bladder, which is a storage sac that holds the urine. So, when the bladder is about halfway full, your body sends a signal that you need to go to the bathroom. If your bladder, si ureter dito moagi si urine going to the bladder. Si bladder, if nanay signal ni bladder na halfway full na siya, that's the signal nga you want to go to the restroom. When you urinate, the urine passes from the bladder down under the tube called the urethra. So, sa urethra, ang totally goes out of your body. Dito dayon mo agi ni urethra ang imong ihi pagawas to getting out. After the ureter, moadto siya sa gallbladder nga gitawag. Si gallbladder, if nasa signal nga halfway full na siya, moadto din siya another tube called urethra ang tawag. So that's the path of urine. How to keep a balance. So that's also the rule of the kidney. So it controls the fluid balance of the body and help your absorption of water, glucose, and amino acid, which is called homeostasis. So your body takes in water in any when you drink. Food like fruits and vegetables are also good sources of water. So there are several ways water leaves your body. It comes out of your skin as sweat, comes out of your mouth once you breathe, and most of the time as urine. So when it passes through your urethra, water is also present in your bowel movement also. Okay, there are instances when you will notice that your urine becomes darker in color. Remember, if you will not take a lot of fluids, particularly water, and when you are not exercising and sweating a lot, your urine produces less water in it, and it appears darker. Mao di ay. Na if darker imong urine, you are on a lack of water, or you are not exercising or sweating a lot. So it becomes na there's the tendency na darker imong urine. So you need to drink a lot of water. So let's go to gallbladder. So gallbladder is the smallest organ is a hollow system sitting just beneath the liver. It acts as a reservoir for holding bile on its way from the liver to the intestine. So the gallbladder is the organ that receives the bile from the liver and stores it until it is needed in the digestive to break down fats and cholesterol. So siya ang receive sa bile nga gikan sa imong liver and intestine. So it stores dito siya nagstay until it is needed siya sa imong digestive system. Because the rule of the gallbladder is to break down fats and cholesterol. Para dili kaayo masudlan imong body og fats and cholesterol. So your gallbladder has layers, epithelium, a thin sheet of cell closer to the inside of the gallbladder, the lamina propria, a thin layer of loose connective tissue, a muscularis, a layer of smooth muscular tissue that helps the gallbladder contract, squirting its bile into the bile duct, a perimuscular around the muscle, or a fibrous tissue, another layer of connective tissue, and a serosa, which is the outer covering of your gallbladder, which is the lining of the abdominal cavity. So that's the layers of your gallbladder. So let's go to our pancreas. Your pancreas is the elongated tapered organ located across the back of the abdomen behind the stomach. So it secretes juices in the intestines. The pancreas secretes juices into the intestine. So it produces enzymes that break our food down small to be absorbed into a body and produce the hormone insulin and glucagon. So si pancreas siya ang ga-break sa food to smaller pieces. And it produces also insulin and glucagon. Para we are safe in any sweets or mga cholesterols and fats nga nasa atong stomach. So naay spleen nga gitawag. Spleen is the brown flat oval-shaped lymphatic organ located in the upper left part of the abdomen. So mani gitawag og spleen. So let's go to our urinary bladder. So our urinary bladder is characterized as a hollow muscular elastic organ is located in the pelvis. Dire. Just above and behind the pelvic bone. So its main function is to collect urine excreted by the kidneys before disposal of process called urination. So wherein we urinate. So that's the urinary bladder. So as what I've said, nga katong the path of urine nga gikan ka sa imong ureter. Si ureter, diri mo agi ang ihi going to your gallbladder. This is your gallbladder, wherein diri naka-store ang imong urine. If ma-halfway full na siya, moagi na siya sa urethra. Kani siya, urethra. Where the urine comes out. So, let's go to bones. So, the bones is the framework. So, the framework of the body that support and protect the various organs of our body is the bones. So, there's 275 bones at birth. As a person grows, many of these bones are fused together. In an adult human, the skeleton is composed of 206 bones. So, that's an example of bones. So, main function of bones is to serve as a firm framework for the entire body. Framework siya. Siyang ga-protect sa tanang organ sa atong body. Protect delicate structure of brain and spinal cord. Ga-protect siya sa brain and our spinal cord. Serves as levers. Activated muscles that are attached them. Levers. Serve as the storehouse for calcium. Yes. Produce blood cells in the red bone marrow. It also produces blood cells. Our bone. So, naay mga types of bones. Short bones. So, it is cube-shaped with a thin layer of compact bones surrounding a spongy. So, sample bodies limbs that includes fingers and toes. So, diri makita ang small bones. Long bones is compact bones with lesser amount. Wrist, diri, and your ankle. Flat bones is thin curve with two parallel layers of spongy bones. So, makita siya sa imong skull and your sternum. Irregular bones, irregular and complicated shapes with a thin layer of compact bones surrounding a spongy interior. Your pelvis, diri, and your spine. Sesamoid is the bones embedded in tendons. So, patella. So, makita siya somewhere in your legs. Yung sesamoid. So, let's go to our muscles. So, our muscle is the engine that uses to propel itself. So, everything that you conceive with your brain is expressed as muscular motion. So, kung wala kay, when you say engine, kung wala kay gasoline, dili mo function ng mong body. So, this muscles. Kung wala kay muscles, there's no, cannot, all of your body is, wala, nothing. So, maski si brain, and, nakuan siya through muscles. There are more than 600 muscles to move. So, main function is contraction. Okay. Muscles work in teams. In holding your arm straight out the sides and bending your elbow, you feel your biceps. So, there's teams. Not only only one will working. There's many. So, in a team. Main muscle in front of your upper arm that tense, it contracts and pulls you on your forearm. So that's how the muscles work. There are types of muscles. It's skeletal muscles or voluntary muscles. There are muscles attached to the bones, muscle found in the arms, legs, back, chest, and face. So gitawag og mga skeletal or voluntary. Smooth muscles or involuntary muscles are those internal organs like stomach and intestines. When you say involuntary, it's they cannot move by themselves, not like voluntary muscles nga they can do. Yes, ma-act na to, ma-work na to sila voluntarily. And voluntarily, those nasa mga internal organs and those muscles that cannot be controlled. Yung voluntary is controlled muscle. Yung smooth muscle is cannot be controlled. Cardiac muscles or involuntary gihapon siya. Those there is atong heart that send blood pulsing around the our body. So that's the types of our muscles. Cardiac muscles is the muscles in our heart. So those are the major organs of our body. So now, okay, so now we are done on the major organs of our body: the stomach, the intestine, the small and the large intestine, our kidneys, our gallbladder, um, our urinary bladder, our bones, and our muscles. So now continue answer pages 115 and 116. So if you have question, just ask me in the video conference, Shiloh. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.